Welcome to the Midweek message. We're taking lessons from the book of Ruth. We're in chapter 1. I'm reading today from the New Century Version of the Bible, and we're reading verses 15 through 17. Ruth 1:15. Naomi said to Ruth, "Look, your sister-in-law is going back to her own people and her own gods. Go back with her." But Ruth said, "Don't beg me to leave you or to stop following you. Where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. And where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. I ask the Lord to punish me terribly if I do not keep this promise. Not even death will separate us." Naomi, her husband Elimelech, and their 2 sons went from Judah to Moab because there was a famine in the land. While they were in Moab, their sons married Moabite women. Your children will marry the people they are around as well. You can only marry people that you know. And while they were down in Moab, Naomi's husband Elimelech died. Her 2 sons died, and the 3 women were left alone. Now, the famine lifted in Judah, and Naomi prepared to go back home, and she told her daughters-in-law, or her daughters-in-law who were bereaved of their husbands, stay here in Moab because Judah is not where you're from, and because of that, it'll be easier for you to be here and find new husbands among people in a country with which you are familiar. And both the girls said, "No, we're not going to leave you," and they cried and wept together. And so Naomi continued to encourage them to stay, and Orpah, one of the daughters-in-law, decided to do just that. And so she went back to her own people. There are people that will make promises to you in your life that will not keep them, and they may make them with good intent. But after Orpah left, we begin in verse 15, Ruth 1. Let's look at the verses individually. Naomi said to Ruth, "Look, your sister-in-law is going back to her own people and her own gods. Go back with her." People will take on the habits of the folks that they're around, and they will be like them. And one of the areas in which they are like the people they are around is that they will follow them in their concept and worship of God. If you don't hang around with people that love God, pretty soon you will wax cold as well. You'll grow cold too. And when Orpah left, Naomi said to Ruth, "Your sister-in-law is going back. She's going back to her own people that she will become like, and part of that has to do with her own gods." Verse 16, but Ruth said, "Don't beg me to leave you or to stop following you. Where you go, I will go. Where you live, I will live. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God." These words are often used in wedding ceremonies, if not the exact words. The idea is used a little more common in days gone by than now. Thing to remember is that these 2 words were spoken between 2 women. Ruth said, "Please don't ask me to stop following you or to leave you. Where you go, I will go. I will live where you live. Your people will be my people. Your God will be my God." Again, you will follow the gods or religious practices, the concepts of deity of the people that you are with. And verse 17, she continued the theme. "And where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. I ask the Lord to punish me terribly if I do not keep this promise. Not even death will separate us." And so, not only will I live where you live, but I'll die where you die, and I'll be buried by you, beside you, Ruth said to Naomi, and I'm calling God to witness and to punish me. Nothing will separate us. We'll not even be separated in death. And you'll not be separated in death from those whose religious practice and religious observances and faith you follow. And God is witness to the promises that you and I make, and whether or not we are true to those vows.